The teacher is Bala Parameshwari. Namaste.
The seed of bhakti is planted in everyone, though most of us are unaware of it. Devotion or bhakti is the love one has for Ishvara. This pure, unselfish love is just waiting to manifest itself within us. We must only water the seed so our bhakti can unfold and open up inside us. Bhakti has no preconditions or pre-qualifications. There is no prescribed method or formula in bhakti. A devotee surrenders everything unto the Lord and becomes free of ego. Bhakti can be cultivated by engaging ourselves in meaningful devotional activities that bring us closer to the Lord. There are 9 methods of unfolding bhakti according to one's nature and personality. We present to you Navadha Bhakti.
Shravana means listening to the virtues, stories, and plays of Bhagavan with devotion so deeply rooted that our mind is merged with Ishvara's thoughts and loses its charm for the world. Sri Shankaracharya says, the company of the wise, even for a moment, becomes the boat to cross across the ocean of samsara. Without satsanga, devotion does not become perfect and strong. The fort of devotion should be built on the foundation of good people.
Kirtan means singing names and beautiful stories of Bhagwan. Kirtan purifies the mind and heart of a devotee, so wherever she goes, she sings the praise of Ishvara. She sings and dances in ecstasy and makes others also dance. Kirtan purifies the whole environment. The very embodiment of Kirtana is the sage Narada. By constantly chanting Bhagwan's name, devotees like Dhruva, Draupadi, Prahalad, Meera, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Tukaram have been blessed. Mrikari, by chanting continuously the name of Sri Rama, transforms into the great sage Valmiki. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Smarana means the constant remembrance of Ishvara. Every minute, every action and thought has him in mind. His presence is always felt as he guides and directs the course of your life. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, the one who sees me and everything in me, I am always present for him and he is always present for me. The greatest devotee who realized Bhagavan through Smarana is Prahalad, who was tortured by his father Hiranyakashipu. Still, he constantly remembered Narayana, who in the end gave his darshan in the form of the Narasimha avatar. To perform Padasevana means to serve the lotus feet of the Narayana. We as Hindus are taught to touch our parents' and elders' feet as a token of respect because this symbolizes modesty and humbleness, two of the most important qualities valued in the Hindu tradition. Although Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and presides over all forms of prosperity, she illustrates to the world that serving the Supreme's feet is greater than all of the treasures on earth. Similarly, Bharat, the brother of Lord Ram, did not accept the kingdom of Ayodhya. He instead borrowed Ram's wooden sandals and placed them on the royal throne. He then worshipped these sandals and served the people, portraying Padasevana.
राम बिरह सागर महा भरत मगन मन होत विप्र रूप धरि पवन सुत आई गयउ जनपोत बैठे देखि कुशासन जटा मुकुट कृसगार राम राम रघुपति जपत श्रवत नयन जल जात सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय.
Vedas describe Arjuna as a means to develop a relationship with Ishvara as a person. The Paramatma is omnipresent. Ishvara is inseparable from his creation, and so to worship his form, even if constructed of physical materials, is certainly to worship him. As the Supreme, he enjoys relationships, intimate and unique, with all living beings. Although each of these various forms is supreme, a devotee may feel a stronger attraction for a particular deity and perform Archana to the Ishta Devata. An essential requirement of Archana is the presence of faith or Shraddha in the devotee. Whoever offers me with devotion and a pure mind a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or even a little water, I accept this as devotion. Rukmini offered only one leaf of tulsi against all the wealth of Satyabhama to measure the weight of Lord Krishna.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktya upahartam asnami prayatatmanaha.
Bandhana means to pray and to prostrate before Ishvara. It makes us polite, humble, and egoless. Akrura, when he entered Vrindavana, was overcome with emotion, and therefore his hair stood on its end and the overflowing eyes began to shed tears. Akrura jumped onto the land of Vrindavana and rolled around on the earth, saying, "Oh, this is the dust touched by the feet of a beloved Lord." The Bhagavata says, "The sky, air, fire, water, earth, stars, planets, trees, rivers, seas, and all living beings constitute the body of Sri Hari." The devotee should bow before everything in absolute devotion, thinking that he is bowing before Ishvara himself.
Achyutam Keshavam Krishna Damodaram Ramanarayanam Janaki Vallabham कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं तुम मीरा के जैसे बुलाते नहीं.
Being in the selfless service of Ishvara, fulfilling his intentions and unquestioningly obeying all his orders is known as dasya. It is the ultimate expression of humility. The Ramayana offers an extraordinary example of Hanuman. During his search for Sita, Hanuman was captured and ill-treated by Ravana. Yet Hanuman's desire to serve Sri Rama remained unchanged. Being a servant of Ishvara means leaving aside one's most important work to respectfully do the Lord's bidding, leaving all one's own desires to fulfill his desire. Understanding that our life, wealth, and body is useful only as long as it is in the use of Sri Rama. Hanuman had all these qualities, and no wonder Sri Rama embraced him, saying, "You are dearer to me than even Lakshmana."
रघुचरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया रघुपति की बहुत बड़ाई तुम मन प्रिय भरत ही संभाई.
Satya is personal friendship with Ishvara, a friendship in which there is a constant desire to stay in his company and enjoys conversations only with him, to be always with the Lord, to treat him as one's own relative or a friend, belonging to one's own family, to love him as one's own self. The gopis of Vrindavana cultivated this bhakti. They chased him in their games, massaged his legs when he rested, and tossed sweets into his mouth while having food together. The Bhagavata says, "How wonderful is the fortune of the people of Vraja, whose dear friend is Sri Krishna."
Offering oneself wholly, including all of one's material possessions, with firm conviction is known as Atmanivedana. The example of such surrender is King Bali, who was asked by a Brahmin for a piece of land equivalent to the distance measured by the ladder's 3 footsteps. The Brahmin, who was none other than the Vamana avatara of Lord Vishnu, measured out all the worlds with only 2 of his steps. And finally, there remained nowhere to place the promised 3rd. Bali, bowing before him, requested him to place it on his head. In the end, after having thus given up everything, he said, "Thank you, Bhagawan, for your grace. Indeed, when we become blind with pride due to our wealth, you give us back our eyes." This was the glorious Bali who gave up his all to the Lord. Prahalada Maharaja said, hearing and chanting about the holy name of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service.